When I was a young kid, I saw this movie called Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. That movie was the first time that I had ever heard anybody call someone a douchebag. It was the very first time I ever heard that term used. I didn't know what it meant, but I remember my mom telling me, Alex, don't you ever call anybody that, ever. Sorry, Mom, but I gotta disobey you on this one. Lost was a show that had a lot of great characters. It had funny characters, intense characters, cool characters, but it also had a lot of douchebag characters. And that's what I want to get into. This is just my opinion, my list. If you don't agree, make your own list. But here's my top 10 douchebag list. Number 10, I'm gonna go with Danny. Remember Danny? Danny Pickett?
Shut up!
You expect me to work in this dress?
Well, it's up to you. You can take it off if you want.
He was always giving Sawyer a hard time.
Danny!
Leave him alone! You got anything you want to say to your girl? You best say it tonight.
Danny!
Thanks a lot, Juliet. Number 9, Mr. Kim. You remember Mr. Kim? He was the guy that hired Jen to work at that hotel. You know, hired Jen to be like a doorman.
한국 최고의 호텔이야.
자네 같은 사람들 절대로 드나들 수 없는 곳이야.
Talk about a douchebag, man. I mean, this dude was telling Jen that he smelled like fish.
자네 고향이 어디야?
예, 남해입니다.
어쩐지 생선 냄새가 나더니.
You know, and then the little boy had to use the bathroom real bad, and Jen let him in, and you know he cussed Jen out.
첫 번째 경고야.
꼬마가 너무 급해 보여서
길에서 싸든 무슨 상관이야? 너 같은 놈들 다 그런 거 아니야? 아니, 뭐 하는 거야 이거?
그동안 고맙습니다.
If I was Jen, I would have quit too. Number 8, I gotta go with the marshal, Edward. You know, the guy that was always chasing Kate, giving her a hard time. Dude was kind of douchey.
Why'd you need 5 guns?
Gee, you want to tell him, Kate? Why do I need 5 guns? She's shy.
You, sir, can I get you anything? Cocktail? Soda?
Just coffee, sweetheart. Black.
Coffee, sure.
You look worried. I'd be worried too, I was you. But you gotta stay positive, kiddo. You know, there's always that off chance that they'll believe your story.
The number 7 douchebag on the list, I gotta go with Dr. Pierre Chang, a.k.a. Marvin Candle, a.k.a. Edward Halifax, a.k.a. douchebag. This dude, he was just rude, man.
Morning. Here you go, Doc.
I don't need a script. Let's go. I don't have all day.
He was rude.
Watch yourself.
Sorry, sir. Dr. Chang?
Damn it, what the hell?
How do you feel about polar bear feces? Because if you breathe one word of this, I'll have you shipped to Hydra Island so you can weigh turds for the ridiculous experiments.
Even Hurley recognized that he was a douchebag.
Dude, that guy's a total douche.
My number 6 douchebag slot goes to Radzinski. Total douchebag. Was always loud and annoying.
Hey, you understand the concept of knocking? I told you, we saw the model.
You see? He is a spy.
Hey,
I knew it.
Radzinski! I'm not gonna tell you again. Cool it.
Oh, get your hands off that. Thought you learned English. I said hands off. Nobody handles any of the gear in this station except me. Understand?
If we start drilling, there's a high probability of a cataclysmic accident.
We are drilling and on schedule. If Edison was only worried about the consequences, we'd all still be sitting in the dark. I came to this island to change the world, Pierre. That's exactly what I intend to do. Let's get it started!
See that brown stain there? That's Radzinski.
Number 5, I gotta go with Anthony Cooper. Now, this dude would probably be higher on other people's list, but Anthony Cooper, now this was a bad dude. He tricked his son.
A couple years ago, my birth mother found me, and through her, I met my real father. Great news, right? Well, he pretended to love me just long enough to steal my kidney because he had to have a transplant. And then he dropped me back in the world like a piece of trash, just like he did on the day that I was born.
And John, don't come back. You're not wanted. Mary from Jasper, Alabama. Yeah, I remember her. She practically begged me to take her $38,000 and to rescue her from her sorry little life.
Number 4, I gotta go with Roger Linus. Can you really blame Ben for turning out the way he did?
It's your birthday. Sorry, I forgot. It's kind of hard to celebrate on the day you killed your mom. She was just 7 months pregnant. We went for a hike, but you had to come early. Now, she's gone. And I'm stuck here on this island with you. God. Happy birthday, Ben.
My number 3 douchebag slot goes to Randy. You remember Randy? Locke's boss. He was Hurley's boss at one time. But Randy, what makes Randy so bad, so high on the list is that he was a douchebag in the workplace.
Tell me more about being a leader, Locke. While you're at it, tell me about this colonel thing. Cruised your file in human resources? You've never been in any of the armed forces.
I'm just playing a game, Randy. It's my lunch hour. I can play a game.
Yeah. Tell me, what's a walkabout? Experience the dream journeys of the fabled Australian outback.
You have no right taking that off my desk.
So you wander around, hunting and gathering food, right? On foot?
Not that you would understand, but a walkabout is a journey of spiritual renewal where one derives strength from the earth and becomes inseparable from it. I have vacation days. I'm going, Randy. I already made a reservation.
Wow, John, you're really doing it, huh? You tell Helen yet? Helen? Oh, what's this, Locke? You've actually got a woman in your life.
That's none of your business.
What is it with you, Locke? Why do you torture yourself? When imagining you're some hunter and walkabouts? Wake up. You can't do any of that.
Norman Croucher.
What? Norman what?
Norman Croucher. Norman Croucher. Double amputee, no legs. He climbed to the top of Mount Everest. Why? It was his destiny.
That's what you think you got, old man? Destiny?
Just don't tell me what I can't do.
The number 2 slot goes to Ana Lucia. The very first woman on the countdown, number 2, Anna Lucia drove me crazy in the show, man.
Shut up. When I tell you to do something, you do it. I say move, you move. I say stop, you stop. I say jump, what do you say?
You first.
Shut up.
기대라니까, 주의.
Shut up.
What? I can't talk at all?
How about you shut your mouth and get your buddy over here moving? So shut your mouth. Keep moving.
Put it down.
Stop.
You crazy? Don't point that at me.
I said stop.
What is your problem, huh? Anna! 야, 나 미쳤어?
Get back! Get back, both of you!
Are you crazy?
Anna. Now! Anna.
Even though the end of 2 for the Road was real shocking and I wasn't expecting it, I think Michael did us a favor. The number 1 douchebag slot on the countdown, finally at number 1. I bet it's somebody that you guys will never have guessed. But every time I see this scene, I just get angry and I want to punch this person in the face. And the number 1 slot goes to Susan's lawyer. You remember when Michael and Susan was in the room with their lawyers? Susan's lawyer, just how she looked, just how she talked, and just how she looked. Just look at her. Just look at her. Doesn't she look like somebody you just want to just slap?
When was the last time you actually saw your son?
About a year ago.
It was 14 months, actually.
Is that a question, Lizzie?
Why is that, Mr. Dawson? Why so long?
Susan took him to Amsterdam for work.
And you didn't have a problem with that?
Excuse me?
Well, since she's now going to Rome and you're filing an injunction, it just seems a little inconsistent to me.
No. No. She took him, though. I didn't want her to go.
Please don't talk.
You said there was nothing I could do.
And you didn't do anything, did you?
He's not going to answer that question.
That's because there is no answer. You were in an accident recently, huh?
Yeah.
You had several surgeries, spent weeks in a private hospital room, extensive rehabilitation. Who paid for all of that, Mr. Dawson?
I didn't ask you for anything.
Could the record reflect that Mr. Dawson acknowledged that Miss Lloyd paid his bills?
Susan, tell him that I didn't ask you for anything. But I didn't.
Do you know what Walt's first words were, Mr. Dawson?
I'm sorry, what?
His first words. Do you know what they were?
No, I wasn't there.
Do you know what his favorite food is? Do you?
No.
Okay, this is unnecessary.
Oh. For someone who wants to retain his paternal rights so badly, you don't seem to know much about your son, Mr. Dawson.
I'm his father.
I'm sorry, could you say that louder, please, just for the record?
I'm his father.
I mean, she was on the show for less than 5 minutes, and I thought it was the most douche-baggy person in the whole 6 seasons of Lost. That's my top 10 douchebags from Lost list. I hope you enjoyed this, and when you go out to the world and you interact with people, please don't be like any of these people on this list. All right, y'all. Peace.